Oh, I'm so nervous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. We are back with part 2 of Style by Stevie. So it's just going to be a day of R&B, you guys. Like 112 is officially going to be joining me, Slim and Mike. So we had to wrap it up with Miss Terry Dexter, but she's coming back for part 2. We're going to continue with part 2. So we're waiting on that. I'm waiting on them to get here. We're waiting on them to get here. Just waiting right now, ladies and gentlemen. So let me get some of this shine out. Ooh. All right, it is 4:46. So we're waiting. Ooh.
Oh,
Hey, Crystal, I'm live. I was waiting on you guys.
okay. Let me find out what's going on with them.
All right.
I'll have them get on. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 112 will be joining me in a minute. Miss Terry Dexter is here in the audience. We're going to bring her back for part 2. We're going to continue on part 2. So you're getting the best of both worlds today. I want you guys to relax and pour yourself a glass of wine. It's been an exhausting week. The debates and everything, which we're not going to bring up because I want you guys to relax and have such an excellent week. But 112 is going to be here discussing their album 112 Forever. So make sure you guys go and stream that, and also go and stream Tremel and Carl's album is out today. Go and check out my girl Sparkle's newest hit single Easy, which drops tomorrow. Miss Terry Dexter will be back with me, and then we've got Cayman Kelly October 7th. That's my mom's birthday. So this is going to be the best week ever. You guys will not be disappointed. I promise you. It's going to be an amazing show. So we're waiting on Slim and Mike from 112 to get here. I just got off the phone with Miss Crystal. Shout outs to her. Shout outs to everybody. So you guys stay tuned. Hold tight. They're coming. But in the meantime, that was an amazing part to just get to connect with Miss Terry Dexter and have amazing friendships with women that are in the music industry, you know, and network people that are talented alone, because your talent speaks for itself. So when it comes to doing things like this, when it comes to following your passion, which is what we're going to be discussing in the next hour. When I'm done with 112, we're going to go and do another part 2 with Miss Terry, because we had to cut it off at 4:45. So we're waiting for the guys from 112 to get here. Slim and Mike, and they're going to be discussing their newest project, 112 Forever, and they've got some amazing hit singles out. Like, I love the second hit single. It's sort of everything that's going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 112 is in the building. All right, let's get this interview.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Peace and
Welcome,
blessings.
Mike
How are you?
and Slim.
Yeah.
Greetings. You guys are music legends. I just had to start that off there. And when y'all album, Room 112, I had to dig in the archives.
How about that? Look at that.
When it came out, I would have
Yeah.
been like 7 or 5 years old, and yeah, I couldn't sing some of the lyrics then.
Right. Right.
Anywhere, and oh my God, just like y'all have some amazing hit singles. I just wanted to say that first and foremost,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
some of them should have been hits. Like "Can I Touch You" should have been a hit. I've walked out in a fashion show to "It's Over Now."
Wow.
So like amazing, amazing hit singles. But we're here to talk about y'all's current project, 112 Forever. Hey, Crystal.
Crystal
All
in the
right.
house.
So,
In the house. What's
what
happening?
can you tell us about your newest current project?
Well, and thank you so much for having us. We with this new project, Slim and I, we wanted to make sure that the world realized that just because it's a duo now, that you wasn't going to miss out on the 112 sound. So we wanted to make sure that the world understood that hey, this project is going to be a 112 sounding record. This is one of the most 112ing it sounds records that we've
Yes.
done in years. You know what I mean? So and it's reminiscent. No disrespect to anything that we've done in the last couple of years, but this project is very reminiscent of the 112 sound that you're familiar with the Cupids, with the Come See Me's, with the Can I Touch Yous. It has that kind of essence to it. It goes back to that whole sample but not sample kind of vibe, because the records, they sound like they're sampled, but they're not.
Then I really
But they're not really sampled. It's just it's more of an influence and more of a
feel.
it's a feel and a vibe. You know what I mean? So that's what we wanted to do with this project. We wanted the world to know that the 112 sound is still here. It's still forever. No matter what the dynamic, no matter what the lineup is or whatever the case may be. 112 is the sound is always going to be forever, and that's what you're going to get on this project.
Exactly.
Okay, so your first hit single, "Spend It All," was released July 24th, and it features sexy guitar riffs and a heavy trap beat. Like, this is what women love. This is what we love. We love to be catered to. Now it's just like your music back in the day, from Room 112 to your first album 112, it's what women love. This is what we love. We love to be talked to. We love to be catered to. We don't like to be talked down to,
Right.
or we gonna go to the bed, we gonna hop in there like frogs. Like, that's just not cute. But you had a certain way of doing it in this song. So how did this song come to be, "Spend It All"?
Well, you know what? We got together with our team. We put together an awesome team. So big shots out to Greg Scott, who's the producer. We have Ty, we have NR, and then we have Young Marco.
Young Marco.
You know what I'm saying? And we pretty much got together, and we pretty much knew exactly what we wanted to say on
That's
this
right.
on this EP.
That's right.
So catering to women, that's one of our fortes. So
right.
we kind of just put it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were listening to music and seeing exactly like the climate. A lot of times, the newer artists, they're very like, the way they say things may be a little aggressive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to be aggressively romantic. So
That's
this is
right.
how we did it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
Spin It All. We dropped it. Yes, we wanted the sound. What do we call it? Trap and beat.
Trap
right?
and beat.
Trap and
That's
beat.
the new vibe that we're going with right now. That's the new sound that 112 has right now. Trap and beat. We got the trap beats, but we still have the R&B sound, the substance and the R&B sound that you like from the early '90s, late '90s, early 2000s.
Yes.
Now, the second single, "For Us," was inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement.
That's right.
And I love the fact that you guys pushed the album date back to everything that's going on, from the Breonna Taylors to the George Floyd. And Mike, I seen one of your interviews where you spoke out about that. This song, the first thing that came to my mind was Craig Mack's "Flavor in Your Ear" because of the beat.
That's right.
Yes.
So how did this song come to be? Like, it's still got that 90s feel. Like, y'all haven't lost your touch at all.
Well, again, that goes back to my initial statement or whatever, about how we wanted to maintain the 112 sound. And back then, the whole Bad Boy sound was taking samples and revamping them and turning them into masterpieces and whatnot. So we did that, but with a twist. We gave you something that was, which is actually it's actually a little bit more challenging to do,
Yeah.
because we actually, instead of taking a sample, which would be the norm and which would be everybody would expect us to do. Instead of doing that, we actually made the track seem similar
Yeah.
to the actual sample or the actual beat, the original beat. So it was more of an ode to the Craig Mack flavor,
Right.
as opposed to us actually imitating or taking from. You know what I'm saying? So it was more influence than anything. It was an influence for us to do that, because we wanted to make sure. And here's something else I want to say as well. because a lot of people that I've been looking at, in the YouTubes and Instagram or whatever, when they hear for us, they go and they talk about how Slim is singing the entire song, and here we go again with the whole Slim, and then the background dude, like they act like they don't even know who I am or whatever. And that's cool, but I wanted everybody to know that it was actually my idea to make sure that Slim sang the entire song, because I felt like his voice was going to be the one that was going to be the one that was most recognizable, and also he was going to be able to deliver the way that it needed to be delivered. You know what I mean? Which and because we wanted to reach it's more than just the music to us. We wanted to reach a more universal, fan base. We wanted people that may not have known 112 Sound. We wanted them people to get involved as well, because this message that we have for this song is bigger than music.
Right.
It's bigger than he and I. What I'm saying? It is about us. It's about us moving forward, moving the agenda forward. Black lives do matter. Women are, black women in particular are the ones that don't get paid, that don't get paid nowhere near their counterpart. They're the most disrespected. So that's why I put my daughter in there, so she can understand in the video, so she can understand that, hey, I'm a queen and I can do whatever I want to. My daddy showed me that I can do whatever I want to do. I can be the president of the United States. I can be a Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? So that's the energy that we have with this project, man. And we wanted to make sure that the world understood that we understand that. Now, in the past, we wouldn't speak on it because of, the label telling us, hey, man, that may not be the route that y'all want to go. We don't care nothing about all that right now. Like, we rich. We don't care nothing about all this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna push our agenda. That's not gonna. We all right. You know what I'm saying? We all right in that aspect. It's about what legacy is he gonna leave for his 3 boys? What legacy am I gonna leave for my 2 boys and my 2 girls? That was the reason why we did for us.
And I love it. One of your fans said that it's mature. It has a mature sound to it, right?
Yes, definitely.
And every singer, every group has their own transition period. Like, I remember I did an interview with, you guys were all out during the same era. It was In Vogue, it was TLC, it was Escape, Faith Evans, Janet Jackson, Mary J. Blige. Like, all of you guys were out during the same era. I did an interview with Dawn Robinson from In Vogue, and she was saying every group has their transition period. And from your albums, from Part 3 to Room 112 to now 112 Forever, each album has a transition period. So what's the process like for you guys to come up with your looks, your concepts, everything, because you guys are icons?
Oh, the purpose of this is right now is to just be honest with ourselves.
Yes.
I think the great thing about this duo right here is the fact that you have 2 of the best guys that gel together, where our personalities, we have very strong personalities, and it definitely positively affects, and it comes across on the music. So from the sound to how we dress, who we pick to talk to, what we're going to talk about, everything is thought through, and everything is great. So this is like 2 brothers coming together and just basically saying, what is our agenda? What is our approach? So we do that, and we have a great team. We have a great team with us that, we have day one cats that were with us since day one. And that's very, very strong with us. You know what I mean? So there are no mistakes here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody works very well together. So it's a beautiful thing.
And I just want to say, thank you, Crystal. Thank you so much. I just want to say this: 112 would have never happened. So give thanks to Faith Evans, Usher, and Kim Porter. Because Diddy said he didn't know what to do with you guys because your sound, like your harmonies, like it's another song that I love from your first album called Now That We're Done.
Right.
And my mama wouldn't let me sing songs like that because of the nature of it. But she'll probably slap me silly. But the nature of it, just the way that you guys, your harmonies, everything that you put together in your music is beautiful. Slim opening up the song, and then Mike, you have your own distinct sound. And Mike, if I'm not mistaken, you like rock music too. So I love how eclectic you guys are. Each guy have their own sound.
Yeah, we're musicians. At the end of the day, we love all kind of music. Like Slim is in the country music as a matter of fact right now, and dealing with a lot of country artists as well. So we're musicians at the end of the day. And the one thing that we know we recognize being R&B artists is that you're going to be pigeonholed, and they're going to have a myopic view of who you are as as artists and stuff. And you can only be as a black artist. You can only be this, and you can only be that. And it's crazy because I actually had 4 years of operatic, like I'm actually an opera singer more than anything else. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, but we have all these different musics in us, and it's unfortunate that we can't express all of that to the world. But it is what it is, man, and we accept it. It's the reality, and but we love different music. We get influence and inspiration from all types of music. From Whitney Houston to Kurt Cobain. Like we have that kind of we have that kind of sound, you know what I mean? And if you let us, we'll mess around and put that shit in a song somewhere too. So
You're so right about that. Yeah.
Okay, you've mentioned Janet. You went on tour with Janet, and Mike, you have a story with Whitney Houston. She pulled you off. She pulled you what? She pulled you backstage, and she told you to come here. So what was it like working with Whitney and Janet?
Well, just working with those iconic, divas, man, it was amazing. We learned different things from each artist. Janet Jackson was definitely more of the performance. You know what I mean? Whereas Whitney was always like delivery vocal at all times. Yeah. So we got a chance to be very, very, very close with both of them. And then all of our tours were very iconic.
Yeah, man. We were with the Isley Brothers, New Edition, Janet, Whitney. We've never been on a tour where we wasn't with some icons. You know what I mean? So it was just an amazing experience, man. And like Slim said, man, the performance from Janet is amazing. Like this, come on, man, that's Michael Jackson's sister. You know what I mean?
That's
So
crazy.
it's crazy. And then Whitney Houston is recognized by many as being one of the greatest vocalists, if not the greatest vocalist that ever did it. As far as R&B is concerned, man. So just to be on stage and for her to recognize that we are dope too.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like that's saying a lot, man. So we really appreciate it. Hold on one second. One second.
I'm sorry, guys. We gotta wrap it up.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, all right, you guys. Thank you guys so
we got
much.
a studio going on. We're about to, we put some
Yes.
records together
we're
and stuff
trying to
like that.
put
So
some- yeah.
doing a whole lot going on right now. So we appreciate
All
y'all.
right. Thank you guys so much. All right, Terry Dexter is going to be back with me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for this incredible interview, and thank you, Crystal. Thank you. I like the real R&B. So yes, that's surely what it is. All right, so this is going to be up. I'm going to go back live with Terry Dexter. So if you guys want to come join back for that one, we're going to be talking passions. So make sure you guys tune in. I love y'all, and thank you so much again, Crystal. Thank you for an incredible interview. Thank you guys for just making this come true into life. And thank you guys so much for showing me so much support. So I'm going to go back live with Terry Dexter, and this is going to be up so you guys can capture it and watch it again. All right, lovies.